Any brenti will be a power, yes, I will never. Any brenti, the onya binensu who so fast. I came along with two great people of God, my brother Apostle Stephen Law and my brother Prophet Evans. So powerful. Bishop, I remember a time in my life, my God and my Father, I didn't go to school. I was in the house. But I got to know that a day before my absence in school, yet your names of talkatives na midin. Ahoya. And I'm saying, no, I'm at school. And yet then you trauma. Not just say advanced talking. When him say, Kwame Boakye-Yiadom, Obayo, Wamo, Obekasa. Into society, I'm missing you, say, and you'll be her. Sorry, Obo, Wamo, it was saying Mishirano. Mankosku, Mankasa. Mini Hompo Makasa. Names of talkatives. DP, Menamit. But I pray that tonight you come forth. Tonight you come forth. Out of any orchestration, you come forth. My God and my Father. The other day I was saying something. That in the olden days, the lands were demarcated into highways. So it got to a time, there were two highways. The highway of the Israelites and the highway of the Philistines. Preaching and you're preaching. Into Muadrim Raha. Amen. This was so it was two highways, the highway of the Israelites and the highway of the Philistines. And the Bible said a man stood in the highway of the Philistines called Goliath. And a man stood in the highway of the Israelites called David. Say David. David. So there was a battle in the spiritual which manifested in the physical. Say physical. You are here, somebody. David challenged the God of the Philistines because he was conscious of his God. If you know who leads you, destination is not a confusion. If you really know who has sent you, the issue is if God don't send you, you pay your own transportation. But if God sincerely sends you, you can clap. So it was the highway of the Philistines and the highway of the Israelites. And David was courageous because he knew the God that he had put his trust on. He stood. Goliath started talking against his God. But the Bible said he threw a stone. And before, from that distance, a stone could hit someone. It takes a miracle. Say miracle. Miracle. But the stone hit Goliath and he fell. And between any highway, two highways, there is a valley. So in order to conquer, you need to behead the strong man. Say behead the strong man. That is why the Bible said that if a snake attempts to bite you, hit it by the head. Because the head makes us know that this is the strong man. So it was left for David to behead the strong man. But it was two highways. He needed to climb from the highway of the Israelites to the highway of the Philistines, and it takes a distance. So he descended through the valley. That is when he said that even though I walk through the valley of the shadows of death, I will fear no evil. Tonight you are coming forth. Any evil tormenting your destiny, you didn't hear that. You are coming forth. David believed that. He went through the valley, got to the strong man, and beheaded him. The issue with you is you've been praying for long. You've not beheaded the strong man. For you to come forth, the first rule is behead the strong man. What did I say the first rule is? Take me to John 11 verse 1 to 17. John 11 from 1 to 17. Now a certain man was sick. Say a certain man. Named Lazarus of Bethany, the town of Mary and her sister Martha. It was that Mary which anointed the Lord with ointments and wiped his feet with her hair, whose brother Lazarus was sick. Therefore his sister sent unto him, saying, Lord, behold, he whom thou lovest is sick. When Jesus heard that, he said, this sickness is not unto death, but for the glory of God, that the Son of God might be glorified thereby. Hold on for me. Verse 3 was saying that Jesus, your friend is sick. I was asking myself, what are the requirements for someone to be a friend to Jesus? What are the predicaments for someone to be called a friend of Jesus? I wonder, even men of God, there are people who comes our way. We could say, this one is not my friend. We could be selective. So what could make someone attain the position of being a friend to Jesus? I'm here to tell you that you are a friend to Jesus. He is your savior and he is your friend. If you continue to read, the Bible said that Lazarus was sick. A certain man called Lazarus. But Jesus said, come forth. Everyone said Lazarus is dead. It got to a point none believed Lazarus is dead. Jesus delayed. They called for Jesus, but he delayed. People have been crying for long. The fact that your issue have not been attended to doesn't mean that Jesus does not exist. Some delayances are important for our new arrivals. It got to a day we went to mountains not long ago, and we had wanted to get a car. It was our turn, but I told my brother, no, let those who are rushing take the lead. We stood backwards. They took the lead. We got to know they had accident on the road. But we had pressure within ourselves that we need to arrive early. So I got to know that sometimes some delayances in our lives are for special reasons. I knew the story of a woman who has served God for quite some time. And he told me, prophet, I'm in my 45 years. When is your God causing a miracle in my life? We kept on encouraging her faith was shaking. Say shaking. It got to a time that a rich man lost the wife, and the replacement was the 45-year-old woman. In this life, mostly, if we don't see the end products, we think the stages we are going through are vanity. But Jesus is coming forth. The Messiah is coming forth. Verse 5. Now Jesus loved Martha and her sister and Lazarus. When he had heard therefore that he was sick, he abode 2 days still in the same place where he was. Then after that saith he to his disciples, let us go into Judea again. His disciples say unto him, Master, the Jews have laid sought to stone thee, and goest thou thither again? Jesus answered, are there not 12 hours in the day? Say this after me. Are there not 12 hours in the day? Are there not 12 hours in the day? In the life of everyone, it's 12 hours. It depends on the angle you are looking from that there cause any expectation in your life. Amen. It depends at the point you stand and you see a miracle in your life. There are 12 hours in a day for everyone. Within the 12 hours, some people die. New ones are being born. So I question myself, within these 12 hours, I went to sleep. Why did I wake up? Amen. Ask someone sitting you, why did you wake up? What did you do to be awake? The Bible said there was a man called Jesus. Before he was being born, there was a declaration that you should kill male children. The Bible said there was a declaration before Moses was being born that they should kill male children. The Bible said there was a prophet called Elijah. A woman chased him out of the city. This made me know that the birth of anything valuable is painful. Before Jesus could come out of any situation, it depends on your faith. Some people, even if Jesus comes to tell them, tomorrow I'm doing a miracle in their life, they will challenge him. Because they've really seen better side of life to understand that they don't really have faith even in the Messiah. Amen. Amen. Some people, the reason why they come to church is because they fear to go to hell. And some people, the reason why they are in church is because they are seeking for breakthrough. That is all. If the breakthrough comes, they will stop worshiping God. Amen. Some people right now are seeking for certain financial breakthroughs. If they get access to that, that is all. But I pray that if your Messiah comes forth, you have eternal glory with him. Tell somebody eternal glory. I pray for eternal glory. You know, in Israel, anytime a man dies, they put a stone right at the entrance of the tomb. And their reason was in case any robbers wants to take advantage of such person. And it wasn't just any individual, but people who made impacts in their time. And And Jesus, it wasn't just a stone, but a rock. Amen. Say a rock. At the entrance. The reason being that he promised and prophesied that when he dies, he will resurrect. The reason why you are going through certain difficulties is because you've told some people that your God will do exceedingly and abundantly for you. And people are waiting to see the manifestation of that. But the issue is encounter with God. There was a rock. And Jesus resurrected and rolled the rock away. So they came to see. And what signifies that was, they didn't see any trace of anyone pushing, because it was heavier than thou. If you have a bicycle, you can hide it at a garage. If you have a small car, you can hide it at a garage. But if you have an aeroplane, it can never be hidden. There are certain houses, if you build, you can get a fence wall. But there are certain mansions, the way it's been elevated, you can't get a fence. That is how God is taking you. It's getting to a point that you can't hide your prosperity because you are coming forth. There are seasons in believers' life. It seems nothing is working out. It seems even your account has been freeze. That is the season God is causing a breakthrough in your life. And I always say that that is just a monument to perpetuate the mind of a die-hard believer. That is the season you should know who you are in Christ. That is why you say, Christ in you, the hope of glory. Come forth. Before you could come forth, you need to have an encounter with Christ. Before you could come forth, you need to really walk with God. We have observers and we have partakers. Those who are partakers have a chance and a place in God. That is why there was a time, Bible said, that Jesus seeked for the boats. People were surprised because they wanted to see a miracle. Those who really sought for Christ saw a miracle. The Bible said there was a time that Jesus was walking on the sea, and there was a man called Peter. He said, if truly you are the Son of God, I also want to walk. There are people who in life, they are partakers, and there are people who are observers. There were a lot of disciples, but he said, no, I need to partake in this miracle. Encounter with God. Anyone who encounters God, your victory comes forth. Yes. An encounter with God is the breeding ground and the benchmark for uncommon satisfaction. Amen. Amen. Come forth. Tell somebody, come forth. Come forth. Come forth. Come forth. Come forth. Hey, metis will be say comfort. Come forth. I was asking myself that if Jesus, Lazarus supposedly was to be a friend, why did he delay? But I got to know this revelation that Lazarus remained for 4 days before he was being resurrected back to life. If Jesus was supposed to resurrect Lazarus on the 3rd day, his prophecy as a Messiah would have been challenged. That is why he needed to wait for an extra day for 4 days. So when he is being resurrected on the 3rd day, it could serve as a difference. because none challenges the Messiah. So he needed to wait for an extra day. Say an extra day.
An extra day.
Wow. Challenges of life. Until you understand the theory of life, you won't come forth. Until you understand that anything that happens in my life is for a reason. Amen. A man came to me recently with a wife. So later he told me that, Prophet, I want my wife to excuse us. And I told him, okay. So later he told me, my wife is a witch. And I asked him, young man, how do you see someone being a witch? What are the spiritual elements that is being considered for witch to be noted? He said, Prophet, I don't understand all these things you are saying. But the issue is my wife is a witch. I looked into the spiritual quarters to verify what the man was saying. And it was true. So he asked me, what should he do? And I told him, I don't like divorce. So it's either you kill the witch or you let the witch kill you. Amen. It's either you kill the witch or you let the witch do what? In literal meaning, people will think, let me either starve my wife, shoot the person out. No. You kill the witch through your prayers and intercessions. Or it's either you sit for the witch to bewitch you. Amen. Anytime in life you come to a point to meet people against your destiny, it's either you hunt them down or you let them hunt you down. That is why you don't pet what needs to be pinned. For you to come forth, you need to consider that anything that happens on the realm of the earth has a spiritual backing. Because the Bible said that before Lazarus was dead, Elohim knew. Amen. Amen. Do you think God doesn't know what you are going through? Do you think God is too blind to see what you are going through? Do you think God is too ignorant about the manipulations you are fighting with? But the issue is the timing of God. People come forth in seasons. The first stage and the other stage. There are people who come forth in their first stage. Life looks very, very nice. Life looks very beautiful to them. At the other side, it looks clumsy. And there are people who start life very tough, hustling to the extent of bleeding to death, and they later end up being great. You choose within that, God, am I coming forth this time from a hustling to prosperity, or I'm enjoying prosperity to end with hustling? Coming forth. Amen. Ask somebody, are you coming out from hustling to prosperity? Or you are coming out from prosperity to hustling? Verse 7. No, take me to 9. Verse 9. Jesus answered, are there not 12 hours in the day? If any man walk in the day, he stumbled, not because he seeth the light of this world, but if a man walk in the night, he stumbled, because there is no light in him. Amen. Amen. Anyone who carries the light is not afraid of darkness. That is why people say men of God of today are very bold in their speech. The reason being that they have someone they really rely on. Without the person, they are like empty vessels. But anyone found in the light of God knoweth that any moment in life you could come forth. Amen. Amen. Any moment in life, there could be a breakthrough. They said Lazarus is dead. But Father, if you were here, he wouldn't have died. There will come a time that someone would be hospitalized. And they could say that we needed money, but if you were here, someone could be seriously sick with the healing grace of God upon your life. They could say, if you were here. Amen. Amen. If you were here. People are lambasted, men of God, especially the prophetic. But the issue is, if they are not here, life will be tough for us. Amen. Amen. He said, Jesus, if you were here. I read that and I reread and keep on reading that phrase. If you were here, I asked myself, can that be said about me? If you were here. If you were here. There comes a time in the life of everyone that people could boldly say that if this person was here, this wouldn't have happened. How could you come forth? How could you break through? But one thing I got to know, that for someone to be a close friend to Jesus, then the person was holy. Amen. Amen. So even those who are living holy life could suffer this. Then what about the other people? Say the other people. What about the other people? Lazarus could be lucky because he had connections. But if it was you and I, would there be someone to resurrect us back to life? You need to ask yourself that question. If it was you and I, would you have get the chance of retaining back your life? But we serve a big God. And the issue is, you can't serve a great God and behave like a domestic dog. If you really know who your trust is in, even if you are dead, you will come back to life. That is why Apostle Paul said that we die daily. We've been dead to the things of Christ. We come forth in his glory. Amen. Tell somebody, come forth for the glory of God. Come forth for a different measure. Come forth for a breakthrough. Come forth for a new breed. Connection. My last point is connection. For anyone to come forth, you need a spiritual connection. Spiritual connection. Very necessary. Spiritual connection. There are people, if they look into their mobile phones, they have contacts of great people, but it doesn't work in their life. As a matter of fact, if you look at the connections they have, it doesn't reflect on them. So if you have such contact, I don't call it contact, it's a number. Because contact needs to reflect within your body. Amen. You need a spiritual connection. You need to meet a destiny helper to come forth. Lazarus was lucky. He met Christ. And your market is lucky. You've met Bishop Akoto. For you to come forth, you need a voice. Amen. Spiritual connection. If you don't have connection, you won't even get collection. Amen. You need a spiritual connection. Most people think coming to church is for fun. If coming to church is for fun, we would name the place as a fanfare place. That is why you need to be building Christ in a church that understands the true word of God. For you to come forth, you need a spiritual connection that could take you to a measure. Say spiritual connection. There was a time Apostle Paul said that I sat under the feet of Gamaliel to be taught and nurtured. Paul met Gamaliel. Anytime in the life of a believer, you need to meet someone. That is why people could say, Senkamishia rein temua. Semishia ni pebin teman kanoma sasai. Spiritual connection. To come forth, you need a divine spiritual connection. Say, my Father, my Father. My Father, my Father. Tonight, and the days as follows. Grant me a divine spiritual connection. Divine spiritual connection. I was saying something in the morning that I'm preparing. If I go to heaven, I need to meet a man and ask him a question. Joseph Arimatheus. I really need to ask that man a question. Because it got to a time that Jesus needed a place to preach. He didn't. He needed a donkey. He couldn't get some. He even went to the village. But when he died, he went to buy a coffin for him. So where was this man when Jesus was suffering? The theory of life is people are waiting for you to die to get you a nice coffin. But I pray that you come forth whilst you are alive. There are certain people, until you are arrested, they won't bail you out. Until you get a court case, they won't bail you out. Until you die, they won't bail you out. They are always seeking for you to get into trouble before they bail you out. But if you get a spiritual connection, it's divine. Joseph Arimatheus. This man, where was he when Jesus was suffering? But he tried to get him a nice coffin. Amen. Amen. I pray that you get helpers on your way. Helpers who will change your life whilst you are alive. Amen. Amen. Say, I'm hearing you. I'm hearing you. Lazarus, come forth. Lazarus, come forth. The issue is, anytime eternity meets with time, there is a divine connection. Anytime the word time manifests in your life, you believe in Christ. But those who have not really seen the word time manifesting in their life, they believe things are delaying. But Jesus understood the theory of time and went to Lazarus to wake him up. He said he is asleep. The issue is your issues are asleep. They are not dead yet. Your issues are asleep. They are not dead yet. And anytime the enemy puts a full stop on your life, God puts a comma. And anytime a full stop and a comma meets, it becomes a semicolon. And anytime you miss a semicolon, it means a new sentence has begun. There is a new sentence in your life. There was a new time, a new season in the life of Lazarus. Come forth. You are coming forth out of any orchestration. You are coming forth out of any situation you are going through. Let's be on our feet. Let's close our eyes. Oh, yeah, that was ya. Asado. Jeiwaya. Asado. Yeah, that was ya. Asado. Jeiwaya. Asado. Yeah, that was yo. Yeah, that was ya. Asado. Yeah, you are ya. Asado. Yeah, that was ya. Asado. Yeah, you are ya. Hallelujah. Lift up your right hand. Close your eyes. We are still praying. There are spirits that makes people's work look like a mockery. We are breaking such demonic agenda. Say this after me. My father, my father.
My father, my father.
Any spirit fighting my work.
Fighting my work.
Any spirit
fighting my work.
As I open up my mouth to pray. I spoil their agenda. Let the fire of Elijah settle the matter. Let the fire of Elijah settle the matter. Open your mouth and fire prayer.
Jesus.
We are still praying. Lift up your right hand. We are praying against any generational curse. My eyes were opened last week, and I was seeing people going through a lot of generational curses. A lot. The problems with a lot of people are not them, but the mistakes of other people. We are praying that in Sunsanswabia and Namenanamosunti may famu eradi tunasemame. Jesus name. Peja won send for the cost. Like can be damaged. So my father. Merate. Akwensidie bia. And na mena namunti. And na massive boni binti. Mitia hoka. Eradie. Shame. Tunasemame. Missy baby, I was not shame. Eradie. Tunasemame. Senasemame. Adibia. Adehumo apam. Atoma braboso. Atome maso. Atoma sefuoso. Semi biama no bompaya. Apensidie bia. Me brenase. Me tunase. Me senase. Biama no bompaya. In the name of Jesus. We are still praying. Thank God my eyes are open. Amen. We are still praying. Amen. I believe God will speak to you. Amen. Lift up your right hand. Lift up your right hand. We are still praying. Open your eyes. From you to this place. Who is from? Western. Like a place like Peby place. You. We are still praying. Lift up your right hand. Close your eyes. We are still praying the same prayers. I hear in my spirit. Kabidimechi, eradie. Sunsumbia. Every baby mefruma ese. Any pebia. Ebome hopa. Sorry tiame. Ewa busiam. Meche osron krante. Eradi rami fie. Rami papa fie. Rami mami fie. Bless who is to be blessed. Curse who is to be cursed. Open your mouth and fire. Jesus. Have you been to Peby before?
That's my hometown.
But have you been there before?
After marriage, no.
January, February, March, April, May. Be prayerful to be specific on the month of May. Be prayerful on the month of May. That's where your progress is. God should open it up massively. A lot will be communicated to you later on. Also for you know, I'll talk to you later. But let's lift our right hand. Let's stretch our right hand towards our sister. Yebompa say ensure bia nyame ahihye amano. Empeja bia nyame ahihye amano. Enipa bia efri ne krom authority asa ensure no. Yeka omano etum embrace onyuma ase. Bia wano na kan ensure asem to na brabos.
Be blessed in the name of our Lord Jesus Christ. Let your blessings come forth in the name of our Lord Jesus.
In the name of
Jesus.
Lift up your right hand. You can join them. We will talk later. Lift up your right hand. We are entering into another realm. Amen. Lift up your right hand. We are praying for favor. Favor. The favor of God. The favor of God. Say this after me. My Father, my Father.
My Father, my Father.
Grant me divine favor.
Grant me divine favor.
The favor Esther was entitled to.
The favor Esther was entitled to.
The favor great people were entitled to.
The favor great people were entitled to.
Father, grant me divine favor.
Grant me divine favor
in my entire life.
In my entire
Open your mouth and fire, please. I see the pillar of fire on my right hand, and I see the pillar of clouds on my left hand. I see the 24 elders surrounding the throne of God, and I see the 7 angels of God in our presence. I see Michael, Gabriel, Raphael, Uriel, Seraphiel, Orophiel. I see the presence of the angels of God in our midst. I see angels standing beside everyone in this room. Lift up your right hand. My dear, come. Last, yes, you. Come. The 110. No. Next one. Yes. Lift up your right hand. We are still praying. We are still praying. As we start to pray, I see miracles taking over. Please open your eyes and look at me. My eyes have been opened into a place. And I see school children playing around. And I entered into a school like Mega Brains. Do you know Mega Brains?
Yes, that's where my children.
That's what?
Where my children's school.
Your children's school. Spiritually, as my eyes have been opened, I see a teacher named Gladys, to be specific, Sewa. The Lord is telling me to tell you to be very careful, because I see an agenda through Sewa called Gladys in the school of Mega Brains towards your daughter Ruth. Spiritually, my eyes have been opened, and I see through your descendants in your family that many years ago, I see the females of your family taking over the males in possessions. And I see your daughter coming out as a very great billionaire in a time coming. Mark this prophecy down. And I see the agenda of the enemy against the child's life, to an extent that they would have affected your bank account. Let me show you the bank account I'm talking about. 9975003112. Do you know this number?
Yes.
Which number is that?
Bank account. No.
Your bank account to which bank? If you don't remember, let me show you.
Sure.
Because spiritually, as my eyes have been opened, I entered into your bank account to find out what is going on. Why is the girl so happy like that?
Stock price.
Prophesy. You're also happy. Come and let me continue with you. Lift up your right hand.
Jesus.
Victoria. Spiritually, my eyes have been opened, and I entered into a family, and I could see, as I climbed on the spiritual horse, I entered into a family of Osei, and I saw a man who came out. And the man said, I'm Kwadwo Osei. And I said, no, what is happening? And he said, look. And I looked to see. And I saw many years ago a family of 4. It was a man called Mr. Kwadwo Osei. His brother, Nasei Ejinim. Another, Ajimai Osei, and the 4th, Kingsley Osei. I traced up to see what is going on. Do you know the Osei family?
I am from the Osei family.
You are from the Osei family. Let me continue for you. Spiritually, as my eyes have been opened, I asked, what is going on with the Osei family. And he said, wait and see. I saw a woman at a place. She is called Efia. Let me be specific. Efia Tiwa. Do you know Efia Tiwa? Who is Efia Tiwa?
Mom.
Your mother. Okay. Can I continue? Spiritually, as my eyes have been opened, I entered into the diaries of Efia Tiwa to see what is going on. And the angel told me, look. I looked and I saw. Can I continue? As I continued to see, I saw many years ago, as the family, those people stood, they tempted to fight the destiny of the ladies in the family, especially, to be precise, their marriage. It's either you marry, if you are not careful, your husband will die, or if your husband doesn't die, difficulties in marriage will make you divorce. Please, where is your father?
It's in Kumasi.
Kumasi. I have a word for him, but let me get deep into the Osei family.
Get there.
Write the name Gladys for me. If you don't know, add Prempe to it.
Hey.
Do you know the name I'm talking about?
My mom.
Your mom again. Can I still prophesy?
Prophesy.
Thank you very much. Spiritually, as I could see, I entered into her white purse right beside the wardrobe. And I'm looking within to tell you something. Spiritually, as my eyes, I could see my God and my Father.
So,
2 cities, okay? 2 cities, 5 cities, 7 cities. I will tell you, she should remove 7 cities out of the purse, and I will tell you what to do with it. That is just by the way. Let me still enter into the Osei family again.
okay.
I entered and I saw, as I looked, my God and my Father, I could see deep within that a time is coming. You need to prepare. I hope you are not married now. Okay. Be careful of these 2 names for me. Emmanuel, to be precise, especially Nana Kwesi. The other name is called Evans. These 2 names are very contagious to your marriage, because as a matter of fact, spiritually, as I could see, my eyes could tell me that if you get in touch with these 2 names, be very careful. Don't marry any of them. Because as I could see deep and far, I entered into the Osei family, and I see plottings against your destiny. And these 2 names have been sent to assassinate your destiny in marriage. And spiritually, as I could see, my eyes could tell me, and I saw through that. And spiritually, I could see that Emmanuel has been sent through a spirit to just affect your womb. That is why even last month with your menses, you had difficulties with that, because I was there within that room. The room I want to describe to you. The room, my God and my
Professor.
Can I continue with you? Lift up your right hand. You also have a word with me. My God and my Father.
My soul.
Say this after me. My Father, my Father.
My Father, my Father.
Any breakthrough.
Any breakthrough.
As a matter of fact, you can get any amount of money and lift it up. We are still in the atmosphere of the prophetic.
Jesus.
I wish a song is lifted for me. Lift any amount you can. Lift any amount you can. I think I have to sing myself. Run and bring your money. When you drop it, you go and stand back.
All by yourself. You've got times and seasons in your head. Oh, you called for light out of darkness. You don't need a man. You don't need a man. But you have chosen. To God. Oh, you are God. From beginning to the end. There's no place for argument. You are God all by yourself.
Where is the Osei family girl? Okay, stand beside our sister for me. Mommy, should I continue or we should close? I should continue. I like your laughter. Come and let me prophesy to you. Great man. Spiritually, my eyes have been opened. My God and my Father. Do you know Sekwa?
Sekwa.
If you don't know, don't worry. I can remind you. Why won't you remember Sekwa? Are you married?
Yes, I am.
Where is your lady? The lady, please come. Do you know Sekwa? You know Sekwa. That is your hometown. Okay, don't worry. In the ambience of the prophetic, forgetfulness is allowed. Can I minister to you? Let me see your ring like this. Spiritually, as I look through your ring, I've been taken into the clouds and I've been elevated into the heavenlies. My eyes could be opened into the archives of the Quran. And I'm asking God, I'm in church. How can my eyes be opened into the archives of the Quran? I looked and I saw. Even in Quran 4 verse 61, I entered into the Quran and I asked, what am I seeing? He said, look. I looked and I saw. I entered into a family train and I saw a man. I greeted him, sir. And he said, don't call me sir. Call me Al-Haji. And I said, Al-Haji, sir. Call Lafia. And he said, Lafia Lo. Prophetically, as I could see, my eyes have been opened into a generation. And I saw from the Quran, even from the time that the Prophet Muhammad married the first wife, Khadija. Who is Khadija? That is your sister. Did you say we should prophesy? If I should prophesy, spiritually my eyes have been opened and I saw the family train, and I see Khadija came and she passed. Fuseni came and he passed. Halima too came and she passed. Idris came and he passed. Neon, what is that name?
Nindo.
Nindo. Nindo came. And he passed. And I'm asking, why am I seeing the family tree? And he said, look. I looked and I saw. My eyes have been opened into a family with part of them entering the Masalachi and the other half entering the church. And I see the multitude entering the church, taking over those entering the Masalachi. And I could hear that if this man is very strategic, he will pull people into the kingdom business. Take this prophecy serious, because a time will come, I'll come for the seed of that. As you see, someone like Akrobetu, Chemu, and people from a distance want to watch them speak. You will speak. Nations would like to hear your voice.
There's no place for argument. You are God all by yourself. You are God. You are God. Vamos.
Can I continue with you, sir?
Flow.
If you know how God has lifted and is lifting you, you won't joke with your destiny. What keeps you going is the prayers of your wife. Don't take your wife as a joke, because the Friday born lady is very dangerous in prayers. Because spiritually, as I see, there will be sent arrows towards your marriage to pierce it apart. I give you my word. If you leave your wife, you will die very young. Because I see her prayers keeping you. A time is coming. If you are too sensitive to the spirit, politicians will seek for you. There is a political assignment ahead of you. But the issue is, it will start. from 2024. Because as my eyes, hold him very careful, he can't stand the prophetic word. As my eyes could be open, even into way back when you were in senior high school, during the time you were sitting beside a gentleman called David, I looked from David and I wanted to enter into your university. Even into the time you were doing choreography, the time you were doing movies, and people came to watch you from afar. Can I continue for you, young man?
Professor.
Let me move from that time. Let me come back into this, your generation. I've looked and I see that there is a saint lady also called Abigail. Let me show you who Abigail is. Abigail is a slim, curvy nature girl. She has been sent into a place, an insurance company, to be precise, a snit. If you don't know, I'm telling you, a time is coming. You will get an opportunity to work at a snit place. And I see that lady coming your way. If care is not taken, it will be a different issue. Let me move from the snitch part and tell you another thing. Here, are you here or you are crying? Yeah. Support your husband in prayers. He is great, but he doesn't know. Even the baby boy. The lady can't control her tears.
How can I describe a mighty God? You are bigger than any other God. Oh, what a privilege to worship at your throne. You are bigger than any other God. Oh, how can I describe? How can I describe a mighty God like you? You are bigger than any other. What a privilege to worship at your throne. Oh, you are bigger than any other
Lift up your right hand wherever you are standing. And say this after me. Father, in this presence, don't let me miss my angel standing beside me. Angel of God, send for my life. What are you waiting for? Manifest in my life. Right now. As I open my mouth to pray. Somebody open your mouth and pray. yɛntene yɛn nsa ɛwɔ yɛn nua bɛrima yi so. Mehu empeja kɛseɛ bi sɛ ɛtɔ wɔ abrabɔ so. Especially in April. Mete sɛ yɛka sɛ nkunimdie wei deɛ ɛyɛ amankwaadea. Nemom etwa sɛ yɛyɛ ho bi. Epatcho yɛntene yɛn nsa nifa ɛwɔ mpanifo yi so. What's worry? What's worry? Yaminsha, your poem in Dinko. Yaminsha, your poem in Dinko. I actually unketiatu or mamma. Why? Why? Pejawan sani fakosu. Epacho yi ska o de to offering. Epacho we are kata wani ni jina bibia o jina bia. Pacho omo moto nyom ni nyina mun koyi mu de na mun gina bebia mu gina na nka be me nko mun koyi mu de nkura uwi akata wani ni gina bebia o gina bia ba me kan insurasem egu sika ne so senkom to sika ne so se awrade program yi mun shira awrade ma men sanka WhatsApp say uwi na nansa so no sorry. The blessings of the third day erade ma won sanka no ne day. Ade bia wadi ho apinisie ache erade nse no ho ani monyam. Kan shira sam tu sika ne so. Bia wano ne kan shira sam tu sika ne so. Me patron nyom ne koso na odi mi kade abetu anim ha
Uja wa hindini wenyonya Be uchimin power Calvary Wana not in a wo Woyo nyamya utimota Uja wa hindini wenyonya They will me power Calvary. Wana not in a war. Will you oh, put him harder. Was a trader. Will you Kasama Pasachi? Put him harder. Ajibahi dikase ye liwayo Ajibahi dikase ye liwayo grateful heart, give thanks to the Holy One, give thanks because it's given Jesus Christ His Son. Give thanks to the Holy One, give thanks to the Holy. Give thanks. His reason. What is his name? Yeah. And now, come on. Let the proceed. Because of what?
Sorry, you know, Me pacho o hana free voter regional brawenim. O hana free voter regional brawenim. Me pacho free voter regional brawenim. Bishop voter for hapa okay no voter for sorry me promise say voter for omo mpem kwase asem ba akokra omo mpaye bi no anso omo bom mpaye ti wa de wa fa no de beba omo mpaye bo nti woni gidi a na ho na mpese me ware free voter e no ko di agro ho Pacho Pija was sending for Koso. Me who say it will be up to a voter region. Me who say it will be up to a voter region. Church, let's stretch our hands towards these people here. Yeah, Bompayama, Yenuano Mujinaha. Say, one huni Pebia. And I say, ye one po. And she say, be a yashe et sia nipa wujinaha from voter region. Ye bompire say, a rade entitisa upon the move. Woma a two and quachne be a was searching. Na bona Daniema 1 hour say, be one on the bompire. Kisa tiko tupa ifa teke tusa berekete setakapa ilepetekatakata silatakata betekete isatakaparakata setekete batakata in the name of Jesus. What's your answer? A radimedas. No, what's nothing. Pacho was a brave. Has 7 cities, Mamma Yadia. Saturday. Omo Sikano for 7 cities, Fama. Baby, I'll be Kobia, Seseko, baby, I'll be Kobia, Obeshiama, maybe. Sama Menana, baby, I'll be Kobia, Obeshiama. Or on Cram, you know one of them. Didn't you remember used to 7 cities? They say one Casa August, Nana was here. Wouldn't say August near Woo. The Benia Woo. 7th August. Seven cities no asema can say ni Peby or authority on koso. What the mama amena was say radimedas. Ade a mete say no no. Fa mama amena what the man we are say radimedas. Na nyame ebeyi ne ho adi a kyerew e wada yeso kwam. Oh, ubeti yako. Me hunya me ahode wo fidua mu ha. Pesa me pon but me pon. Bishop was meant to us. And the angel all night purple. Amen. All night, me patch was so good for dear. Oh, we have a process here. Voter rate. Ho maniwa abri. Na me hu se nyame honhom abadandua mu ha. Na me hu se me nam mununkum mu. Na nyame abofo edi manim. Na me tse nyame se me nhye na me hye na me hunu. Na mra me hye na me hunu yi no. Mira abusua bim ewo 1930. Na mra me wura mu ewo 1930 na me pese me hye ade bi. Na nyame se mama wo kwan me ba hye neka. Na me hye na me hunu. Na mra me hunu yi no me kowura abusua bi ewo voter region. Ye frɛ kro bi Peby Aveti medas e pacho wonim ho e ho na wo firi na mra me kowura Peby Aveti no me hu sɛ abusua ko bi ahyia ɛwo ho ɛna me se ɛdeɛ na Awurade opese me hu ɔse hwɛ na me hwɛ na me hu no na mra me hwɛ me hu sɛ abusua bi ato santene ɛbɛkyia me na dia me tey ni say yemmo empire emma maami ya wugina he because me say empanifo aduasa atena se honhomu no sorry e wa busua ne mu na mra me hwai na me hunu yi no me hu obi te se mata mpo so wo twam uni mata wachiriba na me say mata etwam no ne nan ato amenanim no wotiam se agye na bra ma ta twam no se obi nso eba na mse na hwan na eba yi no se Joanna nso na eba no onim Joanna e ye hwan ya wachiri ba mienu na me hu se Joanna nso na ya tom na mse Awurade na hwan biem na ese eba yi na me hwɛ na me hunu yi na me hu se koto enso ba onim obi sa koto mo sene ono nso ba na ne nan atom na me bisa se adan no obi adru bia yewe ya na ne nan atom na me hu se ma